One of the benefits will be that our government will begin to look more and more like the new America. And that means that more of you will be involved in it. And I think that's very important. And that's been a clear and unambiguous commitment of Senator Obama's, as it was for me. And now I think the fact that so many more, particularly Asian Americans, have been active in this campaign and want to be active in the government is a big plus for America. So that's the first thing I want to say. The second thing I want to say is that Barack Obama has now made 2 decisions which could qualify as presidential decisions, which gives some indication of how he would govern were he to be elected. The first was to pick Joe Biden. And the second was to decide how to respond to this financial crisis. I already said when I was in Denver, I thought that he hit it out of the park with Biden. I think he will be a perfect partner for him because of his experience and knowledge and because of the esteem with which he is held around the world. But I want to say that I think it is more important today. This is something I don't think many people thought about, and I had hoped it would come up in the vice presidential debate. The world will be happy when America votes for Barack Obama because they see him as a citizen of the world, because his father was born in Kenya, because he lived in Indonesia, because he lived in Hawaii before going back to Kansas and all that, because his blended background is more like more and more Americans are. I gave a speech at the University of Central Florida. I did a rally for Senator Obama earlier this week. There were 8,000 people there, and then there were 3,000 people on the coast at a place called Fort Pierce, a little historic town. And it's Florida, so there were some people who looked like me, old white guys with gray hair. But there were all these young people there, and I said to everybody there, I said, I want you to look at each other and ask yourselves, how many of you have a life story that is more like Barack Obama's than mine? That is the America toward which we're going. The world will like that. But the truth is, we're in a fix, and when he takes his hand off the Bible from taking the oath of office, he needs to go to the Oval Office, shut the door, and get this country out of the ditch. Which means that, but we can't withdraw from the rest of the world, which means that for the first year at least, and maybe as much as 2 years of the next president's term, the role of the vice president in the world will be relatively more important than it otherwise would have been if we weren't going through this economic distress. And that means that his decision to select Senator Biden was even better for reasons that he could not have known